Hey, good morning, everybody, or whatever the time it is for you guys. Just wanted to let you guys know recently about two endorsements that happened, which happens to be Bernie Sanders, who endorsed Biden, and Barack Obama as well.
Let me start by saying the obvious. These aren't normal times. As we all manage our way through a pandemic unlike anything we've seen in a century, Michelle and I hope that you and your families are safe and well. If you've lost somebody to this virus, or if someone in your life is sick, or if you're one of the millions suffering economic hardship, please know that you're in our prayers. Please know that you're not alone, because now's the time for all of us to help where we can and to be there for each other, as neighbors, as co-workers, and as fellow citizens. In fact, over the past weeks, we've seen plenty of examples of the kind of courage, kindness, and selflessness that we're going to need to get through one of the most difficult times in our history. Michelle and I have been amazed at the incredible bravery of our medical professionals who are putting their lives on the line to save others. The public servants, health officials, battling this disease. The workers every day to keep our economy running. And everyone who's making their own sacrifice at home with their families, all for the greater good. But if there's one thing we've learned as a country from moments of great crisis, it's that the spirit of looking out for one another can't be restricted to our homes or our workplaces or our neighborhoods or our houses of worship. It also has to be reflected in our national government. The kind of leadership that's guided by knowledge and experience, honesty and humility, empathy and grace. That kind of leadership doesn't just belong in our state capitals and mayor's offices. It belongs in the White House. And that's why I'm so proud to endorse Joe Biden for President of the United States.
Values and has been an outspoken advocate for that vision for a long time. My friend, Senator Bernie Sanders. Bernie, welcome.
Joe, thank you very much for your remarks, and thank you for welcoming me to your live stream here. As you've indicated, we are living in an unbelievably unprecedented moment. You and I were chatting a few months ago. Not in a million years would we have believed that we would be talking to each other in our respective homes, that we could not, do rallies, that we could not get out of the house. We would not have believed that we'd be looking not only at a pandemic, which, as you indicated, has taken over 20,000 lives in our country, 500,000 people infected, but has cost us 16 million jobs, and that's probably a conservative number. The real number is probably higher than that. So we are in a terrible moment, an unprecedented moment, and I know we share the understanding that we've got to go forward right now and out of this in an unprecedented way to address the terrible pain that so many of our fellow Americans are feeling. So today I am asking all Americans, I'm asking every Democrat, I'm asking every independent, I'm asking a lot of Republicans to come together in this campaign to support your candidacy, which I endorse.
Now, I believe Bernie was the one who endorsed first, if I'm not mistaken, and Obama kind of piggyback off that. It was a smart move. It's kind of like a three-on-one handicap kind of strategy. And if you don't know what I mean by that, I mean like it was kind of like Bernie and Obama boosting Biden 3-on-1 against Trump, pretty much, in a way. Them boosting Biden's momentum was a smart move. First, Bernie doing it, and then not too long after that, piggybacking off of that, Obama. And it's good that Obama waited until they got the actual reluctant nominee, and because it was kind of like the save the best for last kind of situation, where you kind of wanted Obama not to say anything until the last possible minute for endorsement. Because that was the only way it was really going to boost it up. And the reason why I say that it's kind of like a 3-on-1, kind of like a handicap situation, was because this was the same formula that happened with Bernie, which is kind of a little ironic. with Bernie when it came to Super Tuesday. Monday, the day before that, it was Pete Buttigieg, Amy Klobuchar, who dropped out 2-on-1, 3-on-1 again. They help Biden with his polls. They help him with his support, and he went Super Tuesday unanimously almost. And then he has that momentum from there. And now Bernie and Obama doing the same thing for Biden, which is a smart strategical move. But now Trump is also doing something really strategically smart, which is I believe he was clearing some student loans and home debt and home loan debts as well for the next 6 months. Now, the reason why I say this is clever is because this is a really political strategical move. Imagine this is what happened with George W. Bush. When the war was going on, he said, hey, we cannot change shift right now. We need, leadership. We need to continue to stay the same course. That's how Bush won. Trump's using hey, I'm doing all this great for you. I'm doing all this good work for you guys. But 6 months is going to run out. And then eventually you guys are going to want me to keep doing the job, right? Well, I'm going to need to run another 4 years for that to happen. So, he gives you a little taste and thinks that that's the sample you're going to get the next 4 years. It's not. He's just giving you a little sample with a little lie. It might take forever to pass another bill or so on and so forth. So I wouldn't trust Trump's word on that. Obama, I got to give it, his speech was wow. The fact that he said we shouldn't be helping out the big banks or whatever, even though he helped them out in 2008, was just hilarious. The fact that he's now kind of like giving Bernie kind of like a compliment, but at the same time, if you could tell when Obama was talking about endorsing Biden, that he was kind of saying Bernie, hey, like Bernie knew his place, in a way. He kind of said it without saying it, kind of like, hey, Bernie knew when to step down, okay? Because I was around behind the scenes trying to make sure he didn't win. So now you guys understand he stepped down, so you guys need to step down, the kind of way. And here's only one thing I'm going to add on this note. AOC. I know it's random. AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Sorry, I'm terrible with names. But AOC is a new progressive that's coming out. She's been in the office for a little while, and I believe that I only have this message. I hope that she doesn't endorse Biden. That's the only thing. I feel like the younger generation, the older generation, get away with it. The baby boomers and the politics who have been here for a while now, even Bernie can get away with it because they know the game of politics from what they've been dealing with for years. But this is a new generation, and I feel like the new generation needs to say no. And that includes AOC. She is a voice for people, I believe, in the Bronx. So it's vitally important that she stays not to endorse Biden because she needs to stay. But I know there's a lot of attacks that are going to happen. I know I know she's going to get a lot of left and right from the right and the left. But we're looking for a new party. And we need to know that if Bernie existed in this generation at this time, he could have won. Because he has the ideas that were ahead of his time. That obviously he had the big machine to fight against. But now that Bernie's no longer there, he left a message enough for a lot of other progressives to go in there and campaign and fight for the good fight. And AOC, I hope, stays in that sense the same way. There's no guarantee that she will. Sometimes people change after a certain course, being in politics for a while. I'm hoping she doesn't, because with her staying on principles, it will show the older generation that the newer generation is coming in hot. Even if we don't win the next 4 years or so on, we're coming in with the younger generation saying, no, we're not going to sell it for less. We're not going to agree to anything. You're not going to push us. You're not going to make us pivot to anything. You guys are not going to have a say anymore. You're going to have to go against the people. Anyways, I'm going to leave it at that note. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did, please leave a like, share, subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.